If you've been in a couple of movies where cars and chases are central to the movie, people expect you to be able to drive okay. I mean, I'm lucky where I've managed to do roles where the driving skills have come in handy. But on a set with a lot of pressure and people expecting for a certain performance to happen, you need good vehicles to be able to make that a reality. Collide is about a young man who's trying to save his girlfriend, takes extreme risks trying to escape Anthony Hopkins, who's a drug lord out there, and driving a lot of these in the movie. I've done some driving before for Mad Max, but for Collide, they let me get more involved, which was fantastic. But when you see the pros, the ability that they have and what they can make these vehicles do, it's another level. Today, we're doing the Jaguar Ahora Performance Tour in the new XF all-wheel drive. There is a big correlation between the driving today and performance in terms of you have to be very precise to navigate between these cones when you don't know which one's going to light up next. You have to be very nimble and agile and adaptable, and that's the same as, you know, when you start a scene, you have to try and hit your mark and say the right lines, but you also have to keep loose that if anything changes, then you have to be able to go with it. Looking forward to seeing what this car can do. Okay, he's off to a flyer. Where's the next ones? Oh, these cones have been really cheeky. I can't see the next blue. Oh, no, he's gone the wrong way. I've had a really great time today. I'm very lucky to come along. It's always fun to be driving one of the Jags. Okay, flip it around, flip it around. I feel like I want to go again. I was lost for a little bit. It's really, I mean, the car's amazing. It responds really quickly, but trying to plan ahead and think where you're going to go, it's, yeah, my brain is what's going too slow, not the car, so I think if I give it another go, I can do better. What was my score? I'm very competitive. I was nervous about the challenge. The surface we're on, it's very sandy. I remember when we were driving in Mad Max, when you put too much on the throttle on a dusty surface like this, that makes the car slide around a lot. Luckily, with the all-wheel drive on this, that means you get a lot more grip. I think I'm pretty happy with my score, you know, it's not embarrassing. And I didn't break anything, so I want to give it another go and see if I can do better. Today we're in Sardinia. We're doing the Jaguar Ahora Performance Tour, and I was attempting the Smart Cone Challenge in the new XF all-wheel drive. The Smart Cone Challenge is a course of cones set up with lights on top which randomly light up blue and green. You have to pass between the gates of the green ones kind of in a slalom-esque fashion, but you don't know where you're going next. So it's a test of the car's agility, precision, and ability to deal with bozos like me, not knowing where they're going and just putting rubbish into the controls. It was a hell of a lot of fun. It's very difficult because you have to try and think 2 steps ahead all the time and try and keep a very smooth drive, but at the same time, the all-wheel drive on this makes it a lot easier than it would be in other cars because I panic and you're spinning the steering wheel and pumping the throttle. It kind of corrects a lot of your mistakes and makes it a lot easier than I expected, although I did okay. I got 42,000 something, which I've been told 40,000 above is absolutely incredible out of 50,000. Yeah, one of the main challenges from today was the surface we're on. It's very sandy, so obviously that makes the car slide around a lot. Luckily, with the all-wheel drive on this, that means you get a lot more grip. I think if I'd been in just a rear-wheel drive car, I would have lost the back end a lot today. I mean, I remember when we were driving a little bit in Mad Max, in the rear-wheel drive vehicles, when you put too much on the throttle on a dusty surface like this, you spin them. So I was lucky the car saved me a lot today. Collide is all about a young American couple who live in Germany. Felicity Jones' character, my girlfriend, gets sick, and to try and raise money to pay for the operation she needs, my character robs one of the biggest drug lords in Germany, played by Sir Anthony Hopkins. Obviously that doesn't go very well, and he gets chased across Germany. Yeah, when I was driving the older XF in Collide, it was different for a few reasons, mainly because I was getting shot at by bad guys and being chased along the Autobahn, which is a very different experience from this today. But I would say just the amount of control and precision you have on this is on a different level. It really handles astoundingly well, even when you're making last-minute decisions on where you want to go, and that's what makes a big difference in real-world scenarios, I suppose, when you're out on the road. The parallels between performance driving and acting are, I mean, when you're on set, you have to try and hit marks or time things well for the camera or for other actors. But then the real similarities that I've seen today are, once you call action on set, it's kind of free form and roaming, and you have to be able to change at any one moment and keep on your toes. And that's very much the same with this challenge. You know, you don't know where you're going next. And so as fast as your brain can tell your hands to spin the steering wheel, hit the brakes and then hit the throttle, the car has to respond to that. And that's what this all-wheel drive Jag is phenomenal at. It's very responsive. And if you do make small little mistakes or panic, it rides them out and makes you look probably a lot better driver than you are. Near future, I did a movie in Jordan called Sandcastle, all about the Iraq War. And then I just finished shooting a movie called Rebel in the Rye, which is about J.D. Salinger and him writing Catcher in the Rye and his life.
Tu opinión nos interesa. Si tienes algo que decirnos, envíanos un mail. Esperamos tus sugerencias.
Thank you.